Hello and welcome. You're watching Science Monitor, where we get you the most significant news from the world of science, technology, innovation, research, discoveries and much more. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you. Let us start the program with this week's headlines. As the government takes steps to control swine flu cases across the country, we bring you a comprehensive report on the disease. A team of doctors from Hyderabad develop a new device to diagnose vision defects in infants. Scientists from IIT Kharagpur invent a preservative-free method to increase the shelf life of coconut water. And the Indo-US Science and Technology Forum announced the Building Energy Efficiency Higher and Advanced Network Fellowship Program. Our top story this week. The Government of India recently formed district-level rapid response teams to keep a check on the increasing cases of swine flu in the country. Now, more than 22,000 cases of swine flu have already been reported across the country so far. So we take a look at the symptoms of swine flu, the treatment, and also how this virus can be contained.
This year, more than 22,000 cases, along with 1,094 deaths due to swine flu, have been reported from several states in the country, including Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Karnataka, Rajasthan and Telangana. And the numbers are still rising. Swine flu is increasingly becoming a matter of health concern. In India, swine flu had affected nearly 20,000 individuals and was responsible for more than 1,700 deaths in 2009. It was then declared a health emergency.
This is a virus which came in 2009 and this caused the 2009 pandemic. So this is a virus which came because of mixing of 2 or 3 viruses of the influenza strain, human, bird and swine, and the mixing occurred most likely in what we call an animal like the swine, where at the same time these 3 different strains of the virus come together and there is a genetic reassortment. This leads to a new virus being formed. So when a new virus is formed, this is a virus to which human beings or mankind has never been exposed. So they have a high chance of getting the infection. And this virus should also have the ability to have human-to-human spread.
Genetic studies have indicated that the swine flu virus, which first affected humans in 2009, was derived from more than 2 parent viruses. The swine flu virus has 8 genes. 6 genes resemble those from influenza viruses that infected pigs in North America around 1999. The other 2 genes were similar to viruses that circulated in pigs in Europe-Asia region around 2000. Researchers believe that the parent viruses swapped genetic information when they infected a single animal host together. Scientists believe that the infected animals could have come together during events such as international animal trade. Swine flu is characterized by fever, cough, sore throat and pain in muscles. Swine flu can be fatal if patients develop respiratory complications like pneumonia. It is caused due to a viral infection named as H1N1. The reason for the name of swine flu is the causal virus in humans is similar to the one that infects swines or pigs. During monsoons and winters, the cases of swine flu and seasonal flu increases. These diseases have similar symptoms.
So this is spread through what we call droplet infection. So if an individual is coughing and the virus is there in his throat and nose, then through droplet that virus comes through his cough into the environment, usually to a distance of about 1 meter. If someone crosses that area and he inhales the virus then enters the other person and he gets the H1N1 infection or swine flu. The other way that can happen is if someone has the virus in the secretions and he rubs his nose and the secretions come onto his palm, then he touches something like a doorknob or a chair, the virus gets transmitted to that area. And if someone else comes a few minutes later and opens the doorknob again, the virus is already on the doorknob, it gets transferred to that person's hand. And if this person now just touches his nose or mouth, it goes into the nose and mouth and causes the viral infection.
A major swine flu outbreak has not been reported after 2009. Vaccines against swine flu are available. Even if a person has been infected with swine flu, effective antiviral drugs such as oseltamivir and zanamivir are available. An infected person must take some precautions to reduce the risk of infecting others. The person must cover the nose and mouth while coughing or sneezing, washing hands frequently, and should avoid contact with healthy people. Swine flu has been a matter of concern since 2009. To prevent the outbreak of swine flu, statewide awareness campaigns and district-level rapid response teams have been launched. The government has also started a new 24-hour helpline to provide information and assistance about swine flu to the citizens. Swine flu tests are available at all government hospitals free of cost.
Detecting vision defects in infants is a challenging task for doctors because there are no devices available to do so. Now, to solve this problem, a team of doctors at the LV Prasad Eye Institute in Hyderabad have made a new machine called Pediatric Perimeter to diagnose vision defects in infants. Science Monitor brings you this report.
Every year, nearly 1.7 million infants in India are born with birth defects that affect their cognition or learning, hearing and vision. While it is easy to detect vision defects in adults because they can follow instructions, read and respond, detecting vision defects in infants is difficult. Conventionally, doctors test vision defects in infants by bringing bright toys near them and recording their response. Although this method is reliable, it cannot provide a quantification of the visual field and reaction time. Visual field is the total area in which a baby can see objects inside or peripheral vision when the eyes are focused on a central point. The reaction time is the time taken by a baby to respond to a light stimulus after it appears. Both visual field and reaction time are used by doctors to know if a baby has a normal vision. Normal infants have higher visual field and faster reaction time. To test vision defects in infants, a team of doctors in Hyderabad has made a new device that can measure both the visual field and reaction time. They published their research in the journal Translational Vision Science and Technology, Volume 6, year 2017.
We are actually partnering with some of the local city hospitals to find out how normal babies are actually reacting and what is their normal visual fields. And in the next phase, we will actually more carefully study it on babies who have problems, babies who have cerebral palsy, mental retardation, developmental delays, some brain damage or birth trauma, etc. As we begin to give early intervention therapy and several other treatment procedures, we will be able to find out how they are improving. So this device can be used as a marker to find out how babies are progressing or if there is any progress or deterioration due to the disease itself.
This new device to diagnose vision defects in infants is called the Pediatric Perimeter. It is made of a dome-shaped chamber that has many small lights or LEDs fitted inside at regular angles. The lights can be switched on and off using a remote computer. The baby is placed on a mattress and is slided gently inside this dome chamber. The lights inside the dome are switched on and the response of the baby, like movement of eyes and face, is recorded through an infrared camera, which can work in dark. A technician analyzes the camera recording and enters the data into computer software, which quantifies the visual field and reaction time. This helps the doctors to know if the baby has vision defects or if the baby is normal. The doctors have tested the device in 19 infants aged 2 to 12 months and validated the results with 10 adults. They have found promising results and are now planning studies with more number of infants. This device will be a valuable tool to diagnose and manage vision problems in infants born every year in India.
And it is time for a short break here. When we come back, our team will take you to Kharagpur, where scientists have developed a new method to preserve juices. Keep watching Science Monitor.
Typically gold is very soft. To make the gold stronger, they add copper to it. And as a result, 24 karat gold becomes 22 karat, 20 karat, and so on and so forth. And in the process, they are making it stronger, but at the same time, the purity of the gold is gone. So we now developed that. One of my students by name Vinod, who is a faculty in SRM University, he took this up and we tried to develop these so-called grain refiners for gold, and then added these grain refiners to gold and demonstrate that a 24 karat gold can be as strong as 20 karat gold without adding copper to it.
Watch Eureka with Professor B.S. Murthy, Head Department of Metallurgical and Materials Engineering, IIT Madras, Chennai, only on Rajya Sabha TV.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Science Monitor. While consumers prefer natural fruit juices which are free from preservatives, it is a challenge to keep them fresh without additives. Now, scientists at the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, have developed a method to increase the shelf life of juices without preservatives. Take a look at this report.
Fruit juices are popular beverages because they are tasty and nutritious. But most packaged fruit juices available in the market contain preservatives. Natural fruit juices have a shelf life of less than 24 hours. And preservatives inhibit the growth of microbes, which otherwise would spoil the juice. Recently, beverages that are preservative-free have gained momentum in the market because consumers consider them natural, safer and better. Now, scientists at the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, developed a method to increase the shelf life of juices that does not require preservatives. They've tested their method on tender coconut water and found that this method helps retain the flavor, taste, aroma and texture of coconut water for 18 weeks. Moreover, this method is low cost, efficient and can be scaled up for industrial use. The report was published in the Journal of Food Engineering, Volume 200, year 2017.
We have developed a new technology for coconut water using membrane-based processes without any additive or preservative.
The new method of increasing the shelf life of coconut water is easy to perform. First, the coconut water is passed through a 150 mm nylon mesh to remove suspended debris. It is then passed through a hollow fiber containing a filtration membrane under pressure of 138 kilopascals. The filtration membrane is made up of numerous small pores of average diameter of 30 nanometers. When the juices pass through the filtration membrane, the microbes such as bacteria are blocked. This is because most bacteria and spores have a size varying from 0.2 to 10 microns. Since the size of the membrane pore is approximately 100 times smaller than bacteria, the bacteria cannot pass through it. Eliminating bacteria from the coconut water increases the shelf life for a longer period of time.
This method can be employed in various industries because it is very low cost and very efficient, and it is very easy to scale it up. Like the industries can take up this technology, and this technology can be further extended not only for coconut water but also for other fruit juices.
Apart from adding preservatives that inhibit the growth of microbes, several other methods for increasing the shelf life of juices are available. One method is to heat the juice at temperatures around 100 degrees Celsius. This method kills bacteria effectively but deteriorates the sensory properties, texture, taste and aroma to some extent. Another method to enhance shelf life is transporting juices in a frozen state. But this increases the transportation cost significantly. Some new methods like treating the juice with high pressure of several hundred megapascals or UV radiation or oscillatory magnetic fields also kill microbes, but they require expensive equipment. This new innovation eliminates microbes from the juice without heating and surpasses the need of freezing during transportation. By making our beverages stay fresh and tasty for long, this innovation will surely touch the lives of many. The new low-cost technology will prove to be a boon for the food processing industry in the coming future.
The Department of Science and Technology, Government of India and the Indo-US Science and Technology Forum have launched a program called Building Energy Efficiency Higher and Advanced Network Fellowships, which aims at promoting research and bringing awareness in creating eco-friendly buildings in the country. Here is a report.
The Building Energy Efficiency Higher and Advanced Network or Bhavan Fellowships are a joint initiative of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India and the Indo-US Science and Technology Forum that aims to nurture future scientists and researchers in the field of building energy efficiency. The fellowship will open gates for the next generation of scientists and technologists from India to interact with American scientists. This will help to build research and development links for the country. Through this program, the candidates will learn about the energy consumption of buildings during construction, maintenance, operation. They will be introduced to advanced information technology systems that will help in reducing the energy consumption, which will enable them to include eco-friendly parameters while designing the buildings.
This was a device in view of the priority of Government of India on mitigating the climate change actually. So that actually we should use actually less and less energy when we are building new buildings or even actually maybe retrofitting the existing buildings. So idea was to train actually our manpower and create capacity in India.
Bhavan Fellowships are available in two forms as student internships and fellowships. For the internship program, the candidate has to be an Indian citizen and must be pursuing a PhD or MTech or Masters in Architecture in the field of building energy efficiency or in engineering, science, technology or architecture with a major area of research in building energy efficiency from a recognized institution in India and should be up to the age group of 32 as on 31st December 2016. For the fellowship program, the candidate must be a PhD, MTech or MTech in Architecture degree in Science, Engineering, Technology or Architecture in specific area of building energy efficiency. In addition, the applicant must be pursuing independent research on extramural, industry-supported research projects and must have their work published in high-impact academic journals. The candidate must be up to the age of 40 years as on 31st December 2016. Working applicants should be affiliated to a public-funded research and development laboratory or science and technology institution or recognized university or college in India.
This program we tried to give attention to the building envelopes, the entire physical system of the building that includes the building envelope, that includes windows, that includes efficient use of daylighting and integrating it with the information technology systems for better communication and control, and overall reduce the energy consumption of a building during its construction, operation, maintenance and its entire life cycle.
To apply, the applicant should have a letter of acceptance from a reputed US scientific or technological institution where he or she would undertake the research under the fellowship and internship. The tenure of the internship is a minimum of 3 months, which can be extended up to 6 months, while the fellowship duration can extend up to 12 months. The last date of submission for Bhavan Fellowships is 31st August 2017. The candidates who successfully complete the program will get an opportunity to work in research and development institutes like IITs. Apart from IITs, they can also work in the building sector and industries such as data centers, architectural firms, hotels, and energy audit firms. The program will provide international exposure to Indian scientific minds, making them globally competitive.
We'll take another very short break. When we come back, we'll bring you some more science and innovation news from India and around the world. But that's after a short break. Keep watching Science Monitor.
Hello and welcome. This is Amritanshu Rai and you're watching Constitutionally Yours.
Any tribal land cannot be transferred to the non-tribe.
Tribals of Tripura, they were depending on the forest.
There has been a growing demand amongst the tribal community that customary law should be.
Although they have codified customary laws, except for Tripura. So what is the initiative of the legislature.
There is no codified customary law as yet.
Watch Constitutionally Yours on Rajya Sabha Television.
Thanks for staying with us. Let us now take a quick look at some more scientific innovations and developments from India and around the world.
The Indian Institute of Science Education and Research IISER in Pune will host the first Centre of Excellence developed in partnership with PerkinElmer, a global leader in making products for diagnostics and analytics. With many high-end instruments, the centre will educate present and future scientists, enabling them to make new findings in life sciences. The Kanjia Lake in Nandankaran Biological Park, Odisha, is now undergoing restoration as the lake had developed dense thickets of weeds over the past 30 years. Almost 39 hectares of the 66 hectares lake has already been restored, and the clearing work will continue till the lake is fully restored to its natural beauty. In a recent study, scientists at the Indian Institute of Science Bangalore and ISRO's Vikram Sarabhai Space Centre have found that black carbon released from airplanes could be causing a number of phenomena, including breathing ailments in humans, irregular monsoon cycles, melting of glaciers, and ozone depletion. They have published their report in the journal Atmospheric Chemistry and Physics. Researchers at the University of Cambridge and Natural History Museum in the United Kingdom published a report in the journal Biology Letters claiming that they have found the possible missing link between the plant-eating and meat-eating dinosaurs. This dinosaur, called Chilosaurus, looked like meat-eating raptors but had flat teeth, resembling those of vegetarian dinosaurs. Their fossils were first discovered in southern Chile in South America in 2015. ISRO is all set to launch the first satellite built in partnership with the private industry, IRN-SS-1H, from Sriharikota by the end of this month. The satellite, weighing nearly 1,400 kilograms, is the 8th navigation satellite and will replace the crippled IRN-SS-1A navigation satellite to provide valuable GPS data. Immersing Ganesha idols into lakes is common during the Indian festival of Ganesh Chaturthi. This pollutes many lakes as idols made from plaster of Paris take several months to dissolve in water. This year, the National Environment Engineering Institute, or NERI, in Hyderabad plans to add the common kitchen soda or ammonium bicarbonate to lakes that will help disintegrate the plaster of Paris idols into calcium bicarbonate and ammonium sulfate. While calcium carbonate can be used to make cement, ammonium sulfate will be equally useful as a fertilizer.
And in the history of science this week, we remember Anna Mani, one of the country's distinguished women scientists. Anna Mani was the former Deputy Director General of the Indian Meteorological Department and was born on 23rd of August 1918. During her tenure at the IMD, she had made significant contribution in the field of solar radiation, ozone and wind energy instrumentation. Apart from this, Mani did research on optical properties of ruby and diamond under the guidance of Nobel Prize winner C.V. Raman. Soon after retiring in 1976 from IMD, she joined the Raman Research Institute in Bangalore as a visiting professor, where her first task was to organize a series of sophisticated meteorological observations needed in the selection of a suitable site for a new millimeter wave telescope. She devoted herself in meteorological observations, designing new instruments and establishing wind monitoring stations. In the year 1987, Anna Mani was awarded with the K.R. Ramanathan Medal by the Indian National Science Academy for her in-depth 30-year study and research on atmospheric ozone. She passed away, but her contribution to science continues to inspire and motivate young scientists across the country. So that is all that we could pack for you in this episode of Science Monitor. If you've got any suggestions for our program, please send them to us on our email ID news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write in to us at Vigyan Prasar, C24, Qutub Institutional Area, New Delhi 110016. Time to say bye-bye. I'll see you next week again with another episode of interesting science news and innovations. See you then. Take care.